Hey Jim, how's it going this afternoon? It's a little cooler here today. That's why I'm out here at 3 o'clock or 3:30 doing these shears. I was going to wait till tomorrow morning, but decided I'm going to get these done tonight. We had a little front or something come through, kicked up something in the air. I've got sinuses are killing me this afternoon. I'm sneezing and I got a headache. Oh, something in the air. But I thought I'd knock out all these shears. She's not going to come pick them up till Saturday. One of my dog groomers. But I'm going to get them done. At least some of them. I have 8 pairs to do. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. Hope you hit that thumbs up button. Hope you subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas out. We're sharpening pet grooming shears for a local mobile dog groomer. That looks pretty good. William, they need to be not like a razor. They don't need to be like a razor, but they need to be sharp enough to cut almost any kind of fur on different types of dogs. And they usually wear out right in that tip area because that's where the dog groomer uses the most. You know, it's like anything else. They wear out. And these are not super quality shears by any means. All right, I got to get the dust collection system working here. I got a mess I need to clean up. Danielle, I suggest you find you a good sharpener in your area. So calm. Yeah, I got a bunch of pet grooming shears came in today. She's not going to pick them up till Saturday, but I thought I'd get them done. It's not too hot this afternoon out here in the shop like it was yesterday and the day before. It's kind of cloudy today, so I'm going to knock them out. I've got to go to a Sports Clips tomorrow. So, get them done, you know. Thought I'd turn the camera on. I'm in no rush to get these done today. I may not do them all today. I may quit and do half of them today and half of them tomorrow afternoon. But my luck, I'll get a bunch of stuff in. I got somebody picking up knives and dropping off knives this evening. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. I'm not sharpening just one side of it. I'm sharpening both sides of it. You sharpen the outside edge and you sharpen the inside edge. Yeah, you have to have the right equipment and the right training to sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears. It's not like a knife. I don't know how many salon shears I've repaired over the years where the husband says, "Oh, I can sharpen a knife. I can surely sharpen your hair shears." Right, Jim. You gotta take the material off the J also. Alright, looks good. Oh, you're welcome, man. I hope that works out well for you. One of the problems with these things, they stop up. I don't know how many I've gone through in the years. They last about 2 years. But yeah, they do a nice mist, and you won't waste your spray. You can pinpoint it. That looks good. Joax, I appreciate you watching, keeping up with the channel. It's very much so. Somebody saw 2 big bucks in the utility easement area behind our subdivision yesterday. I've seen does back there, but I've never seen bucks. Alright. It's crazy, man. They adapt. Remind me where you're at. What state? Yes, Dometic, it is a Shapton. This is a Shapton 6000. The other one back there is a 1000. Ceramic stones. Pennsylvania, yeah. So you guys got those big deer up there. My brother-in-law is from Pittsburgh, and he's a big deer hunter. And man, you guys have much bigger deer than we do here in Southeast Texas. We have these tiny little whitetails. That looks good. Well, I didn't get a deer last year. I did 2 years ago. Didn't even see one last year. So kind of bummed out about that. Huh. Andrew, where I hunt, we don't have any fences, but we have a lot of deer. We have a ton of deer on the property we hunt on. All right, we got to reassemble them now. Deepak, thanks for watching from India. Oh, cut's nice. All right, so we're going to test cut them. I get fur everywhere here. We are in Texas. We're in southeast Texas. So those cut really got, can you see? I don't know if you can see that or not. Make sure they cut towards the back. Make sure they cut in the middle. Let's do the tips. That's really where these girls like. They want them really sharp at the tip. So when they cut around the dog's face, it's good. You see? I like that. Maybe just a little hang at the tip. Buff it a little bit. Spyware, thanks for watching from Kenya. All right, yeah, that's better. Sometimes you miss a burr. And then the last thing we're gonna try is the rabbit fur. If it'll cut this really fine fur, I've done my job, and it is. It's cutting really nice. So there we go. You know, see that? I don't know where on the camera. It's hard to see the camera, my screen. All right, those are cutting great. So do another little once over of them. Adjust them. That's where they should be. Let's lubricate them. A little drop of lubricant. Oh yeah, it's nice. Feels good. All right, that's one pair down. And what I like to do is, she just put them in a Ziploc bag. But I like to, after I sharpen them, I like to put a little rubber band on them so they don't open. This, it's called a UFO tool. This is what they normally look like, and they come with the shears. So when you buy the shears, this little tool comes with it so you can adjust the tension on the shear. Now, a guy in Oklahoma, he cuts them down, and he does the, what do you call it, printing, the 3D printing. He makes a 3D printing of this. This is his design, and he cuts them down to different size tools. I don't know where the other one is that I have, but this has become my favorite one. And then there's a guy in Wyoming that makes these, and you can see it's the same little tool, and you can rotate it. Mine's kind of tight, but I don't like this one as much because it's too thick here. And this is not, and it's square. It has a magnet on it. It works okay, but this one works the best for me. And I'll use these from time to time. I have these laying everywhere. I have right above me here is a magnetic board, and I have all kinds of stuff stuck to the magnet. But anyway, that's what that is. And that's, you know, you have to have that. You have to have that to do the adjustment on these shears. This particular pair, anyway. So we're gonna do this pair next. And see, it's got a hand screw on it. You don't need that little tool for that. So that's not cutting real well. I'll show you all that. So it's kind of folding the hair at the tip. It's just not cut. It's not cutting crisp. It's cutting, but not crisp. And so when she's working on the dog, you know, the dogs are kind of antsy on the table. She wants to make sure they cut. If they're not cutting, she's stressed out. If she's stressed out, the dog's stressed out. Well, it depends on what you want to spend and how often you're going to sharpen your knives. I mean, whetstone is a great way of doing it. It's difficult. There's a learning curve for the whetstones, but you can do it. See, it's got poodles on it, and dogs, and schnauzers, poodles and schnauzers. Cone newbie, do you want to sharpen more than just knives? That's the question. That's the first question I'd ask. If you want something that'll sharpen a lot of things, there's some good tools out there. And it depends on how much money you want to spend. Oodles of poodles, that's exactly right. Toby's Pet Grooming, mobile pet grooming. Look at the Worksharp tools. Worksharp in Oregon. Go to their website. I think it's Worksharp Tools or maybe just Worksharp, and it's sold in Cabela's and Bass Pro Shop and sporting goods stores. They have a lot of good sharpening tools. I like the Worksharp tools. I'm a business, so the equipment I have is much larger, much more expensive, and faster. But the Worksharp makes some really, really good knife sharpening tools. And, you know, some are cheap and some are expensive. It just depends on how much money you want to spend. I can see right now why it wasn't cutting at the tip. There's a little issue with the tip. So I'm going to work that tip a little bit. They are great. I like that. I have one. I keep it in the truck. You're talking about going to the deer lease. I carried that thing last year. My son shot a hog, and you know how hogs are. They're very tough to butcher. And we had several knives. While one knife would get dull, I would go to that Worksharp on the back of my truck and sharpen. I have power in my truck, so I can run the Kin Onion on the back of the truck. All right, I got the tip fixed there. I like the Kin Onion products. I think they're really good. Got a little spot right there. Maybe a little more. looks good. Right, still on the tip. I can tell she's really worn the tips out of this. Tip's good, just doing a little bit more work in the middle. $444 people watching. I appreciate that you hit that thumbs up button. We are Sharp and Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. League City's halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. We sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears. That's what we're doing today, is we're sharpening shears for a pet groomer. We also sharpen clipper blades, sewing and industrial scissors, and just about any kind of knife. Maybe a little more. Whoa. All right, looks good. It is warm this afternoon, not as bad as it was yesterday. Steve, is the background noise of the fans and the dust collection system soothing to you? Well, technically, shears are designed for cutting fur or hair, whereas scissors, the term scissors is for cutting material. Shears is, at least here, and in my vocabulary, shears are for hair or fur. These are for fur. I see something weird on the blade. I kept seeing something. And I don't have the right angle on here. That's what it is. I'm having a hard time seeing this afternoon. I'm going to have to lower the edge angle a little bit. What time is it in Germany? Okay, it's kind of late. It's 4 o'clock here in Texas. Oh, wrong one. Sitting there spraying water on it instead of alcohol. All right, folks, I'll be right back. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. I hope you hit that thumbs up button, and I hope you subscribe to the channel if you would like to. Your support is always helpful to a small business like ours and our YouTube channel. Looks good. Alright, they're cutting better than I thought they were. I thought I was going to have an issue with the tips on here. There's a weird look to the tip. Let's see. That's cutting good. Look at that. Let's see how it cuts the rabbit fur. Very good. Okay. I don't know why. There was something bothering me about the tips on here. I'm going to polish it just a little bit, and then we're going to lubricate it. We'll be done with these. Make sure they're adjusted good. Feel good. There's one more done. All right, we're going to do some curved shears now. That in the alcohol. These aren't terribly dirty, but they do have a little rust on them though. There's a little rust on the inside. So we're going to get out the Scotch-Brite wheel, clean them up a little bit. See a little rust right in there. I'm going to use the Dremel tool for that. That looks pretty good. Better than they did, anyway. All right. Looks good. We're not going to over polish these curved ones. These are really German style shears. There's not much of a ride line. So they need to be fairly crisp to cut the fur. Guys, I've got somebody pulling up. I'm going to have to turn the camera off. Somebody's coming to pick up their knives. Hope y'all have a great